Sure.
Well, didn't you bring one?
Yeah, well, I'm with these guys. It's really hard to pick one because you just feel like you're doing the other characters that you've come to love a disservice.
Yeah.
So we just don't generally pick one.
So just go with the first.
A few, yeah. So the answer is yes. No. You know, a lot of them are fun. Nightcrawler, X-Men Evolution. I know it's not anime, but that was cool. Death Note's kind of a cool show, so playing light there was kind of sweet. All the Gundam stuff I've been lucky enough to work on. My absolute favorite is Kyle's Gohan in DBZ. But I'm gonna pick something different.
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony is good. No, I'm gonna go with Hamtaro this time because that was kind of fun because I got cast and then. After that, I kind of saw who else was cast in the show, and I very subtly, through the course of a few episodes, kind of changed the voice that I was doing, because I thought that mine was kind of boring. So I made him a little bit more cartoony and something so he would stand out, you know, a bit different opposite the guys that were cast in the show. So he started off, you know, just me being a hamster, and then he turned into, in France they say bonjour. Cupid's like an angel, and if he shoots an arrow at you, it makes you all shmubby wubby. So it's kind of fun. Most of the characters that I do are just a young, energetic version of myself. So it's kind of fun to do a weird, zany type character every once in a while. It's kind of fun. And oh yeah, recently too, anybody that's played Dead Rising 2, a zombie game, right? I played Slappy, the weirdo mascot.
Oh god, no.
That was a blast. Because he is...
Sailor Moon, Venus, Mars. I do it, get the planet right eventually.
Alright, this is for all of you guys. Do you guys ever find yourself, like, with family or friends, slipping into voices that you've done, like, other
You do, Kyle, all the time.
Slip into voices? Oh God, yes.
Yeah, he does, I do too.
You can't help. I've been disowned several times from my parents. Can you just talk to me normally? I find it more so when you get, especially for when you're auditioning for a project, and if you run into a bunch of other people who are auditioning with you, you get a bunch of voice actors in the same room, and it just spontaneously happens. We start talking normal, and then suddenly somebody says something with a bit of a twang of some sort, and then, but now everybody's like Scottish all of a sudden. That's a very strange little thing, yeah. Like, just gonna help it.
Every conversation I start with Scott McNeil starts in the plain English language, and then goes into some sort of dialect within 10 seconds.
Kyle's always been his own, like, not only does he slip into like a gazillion voices, but he also does his own sound effects. So any conversation you ever have with him, if it's like any ring eater, you do, he's like, oh, and then he's got to do the face along with it. You're the most living cartoon I've ever known in my life.
Gorge. That's my favorite Disney character. Goof.
Hamstring.
I can't really do the line.
Okay.
Hi.
So, can you guys do turn off?
I know! That was how you tell you.
No, let me answer it. That's like light or slappy or something weird.
With that psycho laugh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
love that.
So, can you guys like perfectly imitate one of your voice actor friends?
Imitate each
Nick
other.
and Yana had to imitate Travis at work.
Hi everybody, it's Vic Mignogna.
Wow.
You watch your move.
Cookie.
Believe me, if I could imitate a lot of voice actors' voices, I'd be getting a lot more work.
For a whole cast, we just do the whole show.
I don't think I have anything.
You do the dead-on impression of...
Are you gonna be there?
I don't know.
I do a lot of impressions.
I was going to say cartoon character in
Yeah, I do a
general.
lot of like cartoon characters. I
So
can't think of
just-
other voice actors. I don't know who else is.
I can't even do a good impression of myself. It's a bit rough. I've been working on it my whole life, and I'm getting closer.
You know, I learned to do impressions is because when Dragon Ball Z very first came out, we would get asked to go to schools a lot of times to speak to the students, and I'd walk in and I'm like, "Hi, I voice Goten and Videl," which 9 times out of 10 just upset them anyway because I'm a girl. And then they would be like, "Gotta be stopped."
Gee, I wonder who just walked in the room. You almost got accosted by a banana.
And that's not even the first time this weekend.
Banana King! Scott is the Banana
Ladies and
King!
gentlemen, Scott McNeil.
I'm the Banana King.
Scott McNeil, everyone. The guy in this banana suit is really good.
Calm down, banana.
Yeah, sit down, banana.
Keep it in the pail.
Hey Scott, they just asked if any of us can do impressions of other voice actors. And go.
I can do impressions of other voice actors doing impressions of me. There's one that's universal, actually, and I don't know if you...
Big Manana is you.
Not even going there.
Hey everybody, this is your old friend Eddie.
I don't know, you guys, I've heard a million times, whether you know of by name or not, but there's a dude who works out of Vancouver named Matt Hill.
Yeah.
Do your jobs! That's our many impressions. Dude, I just ran around the world. And for some reason, Gary Chalk, who played Optimus, has become this weird, dude, you know, really thing for Gary, and he doesn't actually do it like that. I do a lot of impressions of a lot of people, but not people that I work with, because they'll hit me.
Or do more questions. Hi.
So, can you two say Kamehameha at the same time?
Yes.
Steward does. The two go.
Everybody!
They did this yet. I think they did this yet.
No, this will be the first time this has ever happened.
First time this is ever
We have a special treat for you today, kids.
Okay, you guys are getting the Kamehamehas, 67 now on the 3B, because you screwed up the first 62 takes. This is the Gohan Tandem Double Kamehameha, take 67, and beep, beep, beep.
I'm so sorry that something just happened with the recorder. Can you do it again?
We got some clothing nowadays. Take off your pants. Again, every time.
This is a pants-free panel.
You can't see into the bunk tent. Oh my God, how long have you been doing that? Are we pointing and asking and answering?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Hey Scott, why don't you?
Okay, I can do this. Yes, you. Yes.
Question for Kyle. Last year, my brother showed me this series of videos on the computer of this group of guys doing some Halloween party, and then randomly all of these different horror characters started fighting each other. In the end of the movie, you came in and was like, "Get the f*** out of my house," and in the credits it said you were in it. I was wondering if you remember that, or if that was you, or...
No. That is news to me.
Sounds kind of awesome.
I know. Where can I find it?
I don't know, it was on YouTube. I'm gonna have to...
Man, you're gonna have to link me to this. I want to see.
If anyone has a smartphone, please find that video.
I could if I could.
What sort of search terms would you use? Get the F out of my house. Wow.
Scott, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Say a line of Pirates in the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow, please.
Technically, that wasn't really a question.
I said please.
Doesn't I mean, it's just such a thing to do because it's so tempting, you know. You see the thing, you go, I probably did that. I probably did, thank you. I actually know Keith Richards. Did you know that? You probably did.
Thank you.
That's really a good drunk voice. My drunk voice turns into, you see! With the full metal and the alchemist of transportation.
What's your Brad? What's your drunken voice?
I'm a method actor, so what do you got for me?
Come at me, bro.
I don't drink. Often. That's not true either.
Oh, summer reminds me of Woodstock, you know.
That's what it's become, doing your drunken voice?
Let's do it.
Oh, sorry.
Kara, see you.
Yes.
I'm done.
Kara, say your
Apparently mine's Goten. Which is actually really funny because I have a couple drinks all of a sudden and I'm like, hey guys!
Top her off.
Ah, leather! Don't put that on YouTube.
Too late.
Well, now it's definitely going on YouTube.
Yeah. Don't ever say don't put it on YouTube, that's where it's going.
Yeah. Y'all just want to do like more impressions or?
Okay, you know what? You've got like not only your hands up, but your friend's hands and something that may or may not be a lower limb. I'm not sure.
And this is Charlie. What's your favorite Looney Tunes character?
Oh God.
And if you don't have one, top five.
Then imitate them.
What's up, Doc?
I love bugs. I love, ooh, Pete Puma. How many lumps do you want? Ooh, 304.
Pete Puma.
Martin the Martian.
Beaky Buzzard. Remember him? Like, all the kids are tricking me. Like, oh, you naughty, naughty. Oh, don't want to do it.
Favorite episode. That's my favorite one.
Registered. Bouncing like a schoolboy.
Beaky Buzzard and Pete Puma aren't even Mel Blanc, you know? That's the... Beaky Buzzard was originally someone else, whose name escapes me. But Stan Freberg was Pete Puma.
I mean, I know he wasn't the original Elmer Fudd, but
No.
everything's changing.
It's gonna be okay.
Nor was he the original party animal.
Hang in there.
This is true.
Maybe
You talk about
I'm
three-
trying to think, were there a lot of girly Looney Tunes?
There was only one. There was June Foray.
Yeah, that's not it. Well, it should, yeah, it should.
Witch Hazel.
Hello.
There was Witch Hazel.
Love Witch Hazel.
Yeah, Witch Hazel.
Any impressions I do would be Disney or Simpsons.
Sweet. Okay.
Simpsons? I can do Lisa Simpson.
Okay.
Bart, would you kindly cut that racket out?
And which Disney?
I do like all the Disney princesses and Minnie. We used to sit in the room, Kyle and I used to sit in the room and do impressions of Mickey and Minnie. Oh boy!
Except the
Love
original
you.
wasn't G-rated though.
I already told you I can't even do a decent impression of myself.
Well, try.
What's weird when you get a room full of voice actors together, like working, you know, is
What do you
we
mean?
steal like madmen. There's actually only 3 voices in the world, so if you put 6 voice actors in a room who have come up with these brilliant original character voices, within a day, everybody can do every other voice in the show. It's weird.
You've deconstructed this, right?
I'm working on it. I've got my thesis on the go. The original 3 voices, the 3 primary voices. I've traced one of them back to Bing Crosby.
Like the colors?
Like the colors. All you need is a black and a white, and you can make any shade in the world.
Very true.
Except that one. I was just rambling in the car the other day, and I was one of those. And the person was going, oh, that's like weird. It's like Hank Hill combined with Boomhauer. And I went, and then I went, no, actually, I was kind of riffing on some weird little, you know, little bit of orange juice, one big bang. I'm going to start my day with a beat up the family boat. And I went, no, actually, he's right, and it's the same placement. So I'm narrowing it down. Cool. I'll tell you there's something wrong with that boy. So propane and propane. That one, actually, I stole from Mike Ott, who's an engineer. And you know, good impressions are always stolen from other impressionists because it gets refined. It's like a caricature. You know, there's always famous stories of, you know, Ed Sullivan came in 4th in an Ed Sullivan sound-alike contest because other people sound more alike. And so, you know, it's like, you don't hear from the original, but when you hear somebody doing an impression, it's like, okay, then you take that, it becomes yours, then somebody steals it from you, and the next thing you know, yeah, you got a room full of this. Shh. Okay, somebody go. Okay.
I choose you in the very back.
Scott, what'd you do for all this special being canon?
Yeah!
Yeah!
That's how I started my morning.
That's what
After
she
1
said.
hour's sleep and no caffeine.
Special bean cannon.
Special beam cannon! 4 years of fast school. I studied the ball Shakespeare. Oh, yeah. I was going to shed the ball to play the world next year. But now, I scream. That's the cool thing with this job. It's like I had a series called Sushi Pack, and on that series, I played a small blob of inarticulating, crime-fighting wasabi. And you know, that was my job. And I do a lot of those jobs. About 3/4 of the things I do, I don't actually speak. Because I waste all that time reading books. Don't make me get off it.
Just keep going, Scott. We're good.
I need to stand up and pace if it's going to be one of those shows. What's the deal?
What is with these people?
It's more like cowbell. Okay. Somebody kick a hand, actually. Oh, okay. I'm getting this. Damn it! It worked.
This is for all you guys. Have you ever got cast for a character where at first you were like, oh really? And then you ended up loving the character? Or vice versa?
That usually happens after the first paycheck.
I think ones that you're like surprised you got cast as. I don't think I've ever had one that I was like, anytime you're getting cast, you're like, yeah, I don't care what it is. Yeah, gosh, I'm not allowed to talk about that. One in particular that, yes, I was extremely surprised to be cast as, and it hands down is my favorite role I've ever played, and is the single most exciting thing I've ever done in the booth. And none of you will ever know it's me.
It's a secret.
I know. Turn your cameras off.
Yeah, I tried that
don't
one
trust
before.
any
It doesn't
of you.
work.
You gotta let everybody know. Yeah, so, next.
I've had kind of the reverse experience at one point where a character that I started off really liking, by the end I had kind of changed an opinion of. And it had really nothing to do with, I don't know, it was more extraneous circumstances than anything else. Transformers Energon, anybody ever watch that show? I played Kicker. And you know, growing up, I grew up with Transformers, so I was so excited to get on to Transformers. And you know, I wasn't one of the Transformers, but I was a kid who actually got to fight alongside the Transformers and kick a little tail, right? And yeah, he had a cool suit that had, you know, fancy like logo on it and stuff, and there were action figures and everything, so I was super excited. And then I got some feedback on what people thought of the character, and so many people hated him so much. And then I'm like, okay, maybe he's not as cool as I thought he was.
He's got a logo!
Yeah, and he can sense Energon. I don't know, I thought that was pretty badass, but apparently he's a bit too whiny and he's kind of a prick. But I don't care, I got to be a Transformer, so me.
I'm always surprised when I get hired. It's like, really? Have you thought this through? All right. You know, and I don't complain. There was once I ended up doing Merman. We did He-Man and the Masters of the Universe back in like 02 somewhere, a new remake, and I was Beastman, Ram-Man, Clawful, Cobra Khan, Stratos, and all the other. You know, and Merman I balked at. This is sort of, you know, inversion of that, where I went. There's a guy in town, Ted Cole, who was Buffet on Gundam. When I first started working this thing, we did it. Actually, the first job I ever did was the New Adventures of He-Man back in '80. And Ted can do that water cooler bubble voice. It's weird. It's one of those like, you know, where does that come from?
Where's the tube?
And I went in there, and you know, and I ended up getting Merman. And I'm going, why would you do this? There is a person in town, and I know I'm shooting my ass into my ass. You know, and I'm going, don't. You know, as much as I would love to do everything in the world, and there's a lot of stuff I can do, I'm like, there's a way better choice staring you in the face. And they were like, whatever, you're cheaper. I don't know, it was weird. No, it's not that. I don't know. So sometimes, you know, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm high on Sharpie fumes.
Yeah, it's the same story, really. I'm happy to work. The one time I was just shocked was getting Ryu. I mean, my jaw dropped when I got to audition, first of all. But then it's like, okay, I'll try for E Honda, M Bison, all these other El Fuerte, all these other characters. It's like, all right, you know, all right. Hope for the best. See what happens. And then get Ryu. Really? Sweet. That's awesome.
I played Ken. Yeah, earlier generation. Oh yeah, we did Street Fighter. I can't remember. We did that back in the early '90s.
The anime?
Not the anime. We did the prelay version of it.
Oh.
I was Ken and Blanca in that.
Ooh.
And in a really weird twist of fate, I was actually all the vocalizations of Blanca in the ill-fated live-action movie, which sadly was the great Raul Julia's last thing.
Oh. You did Blanca's streams?
Oh yeah, all of that.
Wow, cool.